this weekend, I finally got the opportunity to see, like most of you, or maybe not any of you, because maybe not all of you are Power Rangers fans, but I saw the new trailer for the Power Rangers movie that's supposed to be released like March 2017, somewhere around that time frame. Because they've been talking about this movie for like 2 years, and it looks pretty good. It looks like a Power Ranger. It looks like a modern day Power Rangers film. Like I always mention remakes or what is it or the extensions of series. I always say, all right, Far Cry, Mad Max Fury Road was a really great extension of the series. Even if Mel Gibson wasn't really portrayed or he didn't star in the movie, even though Mad Max really didn't age. Uh, Star Wars, The Force Awakens, really great extension of the Star Wars franchise, redeemed a lot of what George Lucas had done with the prequels, and of course, Creed. That movie was fantastic. It paid homage to the Rocky movies as well as introduced a new character without diminishing what Rocky had done and what the original movies had done in the past. And I think that this movie has that chance to do that because I didn't see a lot of homage to the movie, but I did see what those three movies did, and I saw that it was doing its own thing. Excuse me. I saw that it was trying to do something that it wanted to do maybe 20 years ago with the original cast. How the original cast's storyline wasn't very fleshed out. How Zordon had said, find me five teenagers with attitude, and Alpha he teleports the Power Rangers up to the command center. Zordon's like, hey, Rita's out. You gotta go fight her. Gives them the power coins. And that classic theme song comes on, and it's just it just took me back seeing the original Power Rangers trailer, and not even the Power Rangers trailer, but the Power Rangers opening. And this kind of it hit home a little bit because it had aspects of the Breakfast Club in it with the Power Rangers being misfits, being teenagers with attitude. They were at Saturday school, and you had yeah, it's exactly like the Breakfast Club. You had the jock, you had the cute guy, you had the hot girl who's being mimicked, or not being mimicked, but mocked by the popular girls in the school. She cut her hair for really no reason at all, maybe because she really does think she's ugly. And something interesting was in the trailer. It was just the shot of her locker, and it said, nobody would care if you died. And I was like, that's so true. Not the nobody cared if you died thing. It was the fact that bullies write that on girls' lockers. They torture people, and I liked that was a reflection of what's going on today. I liked that was a reflection of bullying. I didn't necessarily like the bullying. It was more along the lines that I liked the actual representation of it, and that showed me that they were interested in really extending the character's development, because really, who was Jason's father in the original Power Rangers? I don't know. Who was Tommy's father? Who was Kimberly's father? Like, you don't even know who their parents are, right? And in one of the first shots of the trailer, you see Jason's father, or the Red Ranger's father, and you see that he's yelling at his son, "You're here every Saturday. Shape up." And I like that they're trying to make these characters a lot more developed. And I did like how the Power Rangers actually have power in this trailer. They find the power coins. They're more like stones now, but they do have, like, in the stone, even in the fossilized stone, you could see these little circles that looked like coins. They didn't look as gigantic as the original power coins, but they just looked like like a $50 or a nickel, right? They looked around that size. That was very interesting to me because it kind of keeps up with the dinosaur theme that that the Rangers haven't really been needed in a long time because Rita hasn't really been around for a long time. I thought that was very interesting to see that their power coins are fossilized. Maybe they'll actually lose power because the power coins aren't really out of their shell because they're fossilized, and I thought that was cool. Rita repulses me. I'm just kidding. Elizabeth Banks is cast as the main antagonist, Rita Repulsa. Something interesting that I think a lot of people have noticed: the greenness of Rita. Her costume has been initially changed. She doesn't have these like really big ears or those really big like feathered things on her hat, which made her look ridiculous. And now she's kind of gone for like this sleek set of armor that she's wearing. I kind of like it, and it reminded me straight away, Green Ranger. What if she's the Green Ranger? I'm not saying that Rita Repulsa is the Green Ranger, but what happens if she gets like the Dragon Zord and she now represents the Green Ranger, and Tommy's character comes in and he, or the Green Ranger, not Rita Repulsa, but Tommy's character comes in and he takes away the Green Ranger power, he gives it to someone else, and Rita is stripped of the Dragon Zord and all that really cool stuff. And I was like, wow, that's kind of interesting that they go for that specific color scheme. But Rita looks interesting, especially she said something very important in the trailer. She said that I've killed Rangers before when she was addressing, I think it was either Kimberly's or the Pink Ranger or the Yellow Ranger. She said, I've killed Rangers before, and she was actually just kind of over her and her when she was sleeping. And it seemed interesting to me because Rita didn't really kill Rangers. And I don't think she ever said kill in the TV show. She probably said destroy, attack, whatever, because it was a kid-friendly show. But she never really said kill. And that's interesting to me because Rita didn't really kill the Power Rangers, ever. She failed hundreds of times, but she didn't kill the Power Rangers. And that was something interesting to me that I thought that that would be addressed, hopefully, in the movie. But something else that was very interesting in the movie was the three primary colors, red, yellow, blue. The black kid plays the Blue Ranger. I love the blue. I always love blue. Instead of the Black Ranger, which I'm kind of happy that they didn't go that route, because that was like, oh god, that was a little bit ridiculous to have the black kid play the Black Ranger. Even though in the original Mighty Morphin Power Rangers, the black kid, he was pretty cool. Like in his opening trailer, not in the opening trailer, but in the theme song, he's kind of doing this like little dance where he does the wave with his body, and it's so cool because like black people are like, yeah, that's what we want when we want. That's what we want when we want someone to portray our race and represent our race in Power Ranger form. Just a smooth dude, right? And he doesn't seem smooth. He's nerdy, the black guy, and I'm perfectly fine with that. And I'm kind of fine that they didn't really emphasize race as much. Like in the original Power Rangers and kind of throughout the series, they always need a Black Ranger, and it's not necessarily to add anything. Like if you made a white guy this race, it would be like, okay, same person. But in the original Power Rangers, it was kind of just like, hey, we need diversity, and they got it. And this one, they're like, all right, we kind of want to just talk about Power Rangers. We've hit diversity before, and I like that. I like that a lot. And the characters interact with their power coins pretty much in the same way that the Dino Rangers did. They kind of just got freaked out. They freaked everybody out. They finally found the power command, and the trailer ends with them kind of having the suits materialize onto their body, which I'm pretty sure that's what they wanted to be, the not necessarily materialize, in the original series because it was like a flash, probably because they didn't really have like the budget, and they didn't have the budget probably, and it was it was cool to see it like finally materialize and just all this coolness. And I liked that trailer. I liked it a lot. I also liked how they didn't show any Zords at all. I also liked how they just didn't even show the actual suits fully on the Rangers. How there was just this screenshot of it that you can just look up anywhere. Just type in Power Rangers movie and you can see the actual screenshot. I liked how they didn't show it. Show the Zords. And I liked how they didn't show the suits. Because if they showed both, that would be revealing way too much. Because I'm pretty sure the Zords are going to be epic. I'm pretty sure the suits, the actual weapons that they use, because one point that really hasn't been explored is the weapons. They haven't really shown the weapons. And I like how they aren't really showing a lot. Kind of like with The Force Awakens. Kind of like how they're not showing a lot with this movie. Because if it's going to suck, I want it to be revealed that it's going to suck when I get to the movie theater. So that way, from now until the movie is released, I'm excited. When the movie is released, I'll have my dreams crushed. But at least for like 8 months, I'll be excited instead of dreading going to see the movie. What else is there? If there is a sequel, I really hope that the sequel is going to be focused on the Green Ranger, and after that, the White Ranger. If they're really planning on doing this right, like the Green Ranger and the White Ranger are like two of the most iconic things about this series. And if they don't do it right, if they don't do it correct, oh may God have mercy on their soul. Because this is, even though this was like a really corny TV show, as a kid the fights were really corny. Like I can't personally watch the TV show anymore because I'm like, this is really corny. I can appreciate what it meant to my childhood. And I hope that they treat it with some respect and dignity, because this helped hundreds of people get paid. Maybe even probably definitely thousands. But I'm talking about like the actual cast. Just hundreds of people got paid, right? I would expect the same courteousness back after being a fan pretty much for most of my life. It's kind of like a guilty pleasure of mine. I may watch an episode or two. I usually watch like the beginning of a series, then the end, so that way I don't have to skip all the filler crap. Don't really care what happens. Just want to see them beat the bad guy. But I hope they make this a really good movie. This has been 24. I will be releasing a video that I should have released last week. This week, it will be about Far Cry and Call of Duty. Until then, have a fantastic day. I'll see you then. That was terrible. Just don't eat. Oh.